Mother's Day, so you got to look at me for a few minutes while we are then going to do some neat things where we're going to honor some of our new kids and bless them, and then talk a little bit about the junior high school group too. Did you know that today is actually the second largest gift-giving day of the entire year? More than Father's Day, more than Valentine's Day, comes right under Christmas. So if you haven't done anything for your mom yet today, and you're gonna see her, get out. No, I'm kidding. I wanna take a moment, and anybody who is a mother, please stand up. Stand up. I can't, so you need to. Everybody else, you need to give these ladies a hand. Thank you. Mothering has got its pros, its cons, it's got its easy times, its hard times, but I'm gonna talk to the kids for just a minute, and all of us are kids of some mother, correct? None of us, boy. Anyway, so if you're somebody who doesn't have a mom or doesn't have an involved mom, or you've already lost your mom, this still applies. So in Ephesians chapter 6 is our key verse as far as talking about moms, but it also obviously talks about dads. And it's the one that we often shove down our kids' faces when they're little, right? You know where I'm going, don't you? Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for it is right. Honor your father and mother, for it is the first commandment with a promise, so that it may go well and you may enjoy a long life on earth. It is so critical for us to love and respect our mothers. And that's somebody speaking from experience who's already lost her mom and felt that void and that miss when my mom was gone. I know there's those of you sitting in here that have lost your moms just in the last couple of years. It's tough. But what I'm going to give you is a couple of reminders of how we need to treat our mothers. So interesting, neither of my girls are here today. So, hi if you guys are online. This is, I'm gonna get it. Remember, this is one of the top 10 commandments, right? And when it's a command from God and then it's brought forward into the New Testament, it means it's still something we follow, correct? So it's not like just old law where we don't need to pay attention. When we look at parents, we think sometimes of you're a pain in the neck, you're on my nerves, all those things. But what we need to remember is to, number one, love that parent unconditionally. That's huge, okay? I'm gonna keep buzzing through this. Hug her affectionately. Tell her hi. Love her, don't disrespect her. Where does this come from? It comes from the Word. It's all in the Word. Obey God and leave the consequence to Him. If you have a lousy mother, they're out there, you are still commanded to honor her, right? And it's important. If you obey God, you'll leave the rest to Him, and it won't matter how she acts or what she does. Okay, let's slide up just a little bit. It's important to understand her. It's important to respect her. That's hard. I was just talking to somebody this morning, and we were talking about how it was my nurse, and we were talking about sometimes how moms just push your buttons and they say those ridiculous things, but they do that out of love out of concern, out of compassion. Okay, let's go the other way a second. I put down here, hug her affectionately, and I said that mothers need that. If you're somebody who's not a hugger, start hugging your mother and see what a difference it makes. Mothers feel that. They need that. They need that joy. Help her be cheerful. So if there's something bothering her and she's pushing your buttons, whatever it is, help her be cheerful. You know, we only have our moms on earth for just so long. And from somebody who lost her mom very quickly in the course of 3 months, 16 years ago, when they're gone, all of a sudden there's this huge hole in your heart that you didn't even know would happen. So start doing these things now. We're going to switch the tune a second. I don't have long this morning. So I want to share real quick, what's the flip side of all this? What's a godly mother? We have a lot of new, younger moms here at the church. Number one, a godly mother prays, reads the word, and believes the word. This makes mom righteous, and it gives her discernment and ability to make decisions so that you can trust her. It is so important. This is in Proverbs 31:26. And Proverbs 31, as you guys know, is just a great book to read about women in general. But this one verse is so perfect, you have to slide it down. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. You need to know that she has to trust God in all things. First time you let your kids go somewhere, first time you hand your baby off to somebody else, the first time you put your kids in a car, you've got to trust. A godly mom also has a generous heart. Okay, moms, not only with words of encouragement, but a mom who serves, who's willing to make food for people, who's willing to give her last 50 cents away to somebody. A generous mom leaves a good example for her children. A godly mom needs to create a positive atmosphere in the home. Boy, I wish I could go back. Any of you have grown children and say, I wish I could erase a few things? I'm there. It is so important to keep peace and create a positive atmosphere. The next thing is forgiveness. A godly mom forgives, and frankly, godly children forgive too. And when a mom is truly a godly woman and working hard to listen to the Lord, she's able to forgive and let go. When you hang on and you don't forgive, it leads to stress, which leads to imbalance in the home, which can throw everything off. I'm caught on my dress. One of the things that I was reading this week about moms is how moms do everything. They balance everything, they juggle everything. Well, at my house, pastor's now the mom, because I can't do all those things. But what I have to do is, even in that role, is I have to honor him, forgive him, create peace with him. Your good, godly mother is always an encourager. It is so key to encourage your children, whether they're little ones or big ones, whether they're doing the right thing or the wrong thing. Find things that you can do to encourage them and lift them up. Discipline is important. Drawing a line is important. We need to do those things, but we also need to lift up and encourage along the way. And most of all, the same as going the other way as children loving their moms, you need to love unconditionally. It is so critical. When you have a relationship with your mother, men, women, guys tend to be a little better than girls do with their moms. It's true. And it's really, really important to look at showing her the respect, the love, the nurturance that she needs. When our mothers start aging, it is really easy to dismiss them. But you have to remember that they have lived at least probably twice as long as you have, depending on the age. And there's wisdom there. And if you've got a godly mother, respect her, listen to her, take her advice, even if you don't want it. Doesn't mean you have to act on everything. She needs that from you. And you need that from her. Because when she's gone, that's a big piece she'll be missing. Finally, I just want to say, when we bend out and put love first in our relationships with our mother, with our spouse, with our children, our home changes. You can change the trajectory of your home depending on which way it's going if you change your thinking and your actions. Whether you're on the child side or the parent side, we can always learn. We can always do better. And we can always create a safe space for mom in our home and in our life. Amen.